Welcome to the June property market update here in Burton on Trent.
Covering postcodes DE11, 13, 14 and 15.
I'm Andrew Sharp, the Sales and Lettings Director here at Shaw Sales and Lettings.
And I'm Lauren Goodger and I'm the Sales Valuer.
In this video we're going to take a look at what's happening in the Burton property market, the impact of the economy, the level of transactions and demand for property at the moment.
And later on in the video we'll take a look at the individual postcode that we cover and also the prime market with the properties over 500,000.
So taking a look at the area as a whole, we have 1,651 properties on the market, of which 62% are sold subject to contract currently. The average price at the moment is $269,000.
In the last month we've seen 270 new properties come to market and 105 properties go under offer, with only 12 properties being reduced.
Currently, the performance across the whole area is just 22 days from on-market to accepted offer. So taking a look at the economy and the impact that is having on the housing market, the Bank of England have now increased the base of interest rates now to 1.25%. This is the highest we've seen in 13 years and the fifth consecutive rise we've seen since December. The Bank of England are doing this now to control inflation as the anticipated rise gets towards 11% by October. We've seen inflation rise now to 9.1% in the year to May, from 9% in April, according to the Office of National Statistics. The rising price of food was a significant contributor during May, and as we know, the continuing increase in fuel prices has also having a big impact.
So taking a look at the property prices now across the UK, at 10.7% now the annual property price growth across the UK has increased moderately month on month. Now sitting at 0.1%, property price month on month actually fell for the first time in May and is now at the lowest point since December 2019, where we have steadily seen properties increase in price from here. We've also seen a considerable change in the mortgage rates, and this has made buyers a little bit more price sensitive when they're looking to purchase properties and the offers in which they are putting forward. Zoopla have predicted that the property price growth will increase to 3% by the end of 2022 as the property growth prices start to slow down. Annual price growth in the year to April was at 8.4%, which is slightly lower than the 9% which was recorded in March.
So looking through the number of transactions through May and June, over 109,000 property sales took place in May. This is well above the pre-COVID level. To date in 2022, we have had over 540,000 sales and the market remains incredibly active and well above pre-COVID levels. In the first quarter of 2022, we have seen over 340,000 transactions agreed. This is putting us well on track for 1.2 million transactions over the course of 2022. Properties are currently selling on average 20 days quicker than the long-term average, with a significant proportion selling well above the initial asking price. Needs-based buyers are the most active in the current marketplace at the moment.
So taking a look now at the demand for properties across the UK, in the month of May we saw just over 66,000 mortgages approved. This is reaching the pre-pandemic levels and shows that the market is now starting to level out in some areas. At just over £28.4 billion, the mortgage lending was its strongest in 2022. Demand for property is still very high across the UK and in many areas. However, from looking at the statistics through Rightmove, the demand for properties fell 8% compared to May, according to their statistic. However, from looking at their figures, there are more than 500,000 homes which are currently sold subject to contract, which is 44% higher than that time in 2019. On average, properties are taking slightly longer to complete, with the average conveyancing process being 150 days, or approximately 4 to 5 months. Just over 94% of the mortgage deals approved were on a fixed rate deal. This would indicate from most advisors that the potential rates for mortgages are going to increase again.
So taking a look at investments and the lettings market, the average rent across the UK rose by 2.8% in the year to May. This is the highest rate of annual growth we've seen in nearly a decade. The latest figures released from the Office of National Statistics indicate rising rates of growth in all regions. The government have outlined their planned rental reforms in the long-awaited Fairer Private Rented Sector White Paper. This includes a suite of measures, including the banning of Section 21 no-fault evictions, arbitrary rent reviews clauses, a doubling of notice period for rent increases, and allowing all tenants the right to request a pet in their house, and outlawing a ban on renting to families with children and those on benefits. The common tenancy length is now over 2 years, with 18% of landlords saying the average length of time has increased over the last year. Many renters are choosing to stay put as the increased cost of moving and increased rents are putting them off.
Taking a look now at the developments and new builds. In the first quarter of 2022, we saw 59,500 new homes being built, which is on par with the average to January to March. The government had a plan to build 300,000 new homes, and they have since abandoned this plan given the lack of demand for new builds.
So let's take a closer look at what's happening in DE11. There are currently 560 properties on the market, of which 67% are sold subject to contract. The average price is $239,000, and in the last 28 days, we have seen 79 properties come to market, and in the same month, we have seen 24 go under offer.
Now taking a look at the DE13 postcode, there are currently 502 properties on the market, with 53% being sold subject to contract. There's an average asking price of $348,000. In the last month, we've seen 88 new properties come to market, 31 properties go under offer, and 7 properties be reduced. The average time from for sale to sold in DE13 across the last month is 28 days.
So looking at DE14, we currently have 353 properties on the market, of which 66% are sold subject to contract. The average price is $193,000, and then in the last 28 days, we have seen 57 properties come to market, with 25 go under offer. The average time to sell a property at the moment in DE14 is 17 days.
Looking now at the DE15 postcode, there are currently 236 properties on the market and 61% are sold subject to contract. There's an average asking price of $285,000. In the last month, we've seen 46 new properties come to market, 25 properties go under offer, and just 1 property be reduced. The average time to sell a property in DE15 across the last month is 24 days.
So taking a look at the prime market and properties over 500,000, there are currently 129 properties on the market, of which just 41% are sold subject to contract. The average price at the moment is $663,000, and in the last 28 days we have seen 25 new properties come to market, with just 1 going under offer. We've also seen 2 of those properties reduce in price in the last 28 days. The average time to sell for properties over 500,000 is just 22 days.
Thank you for watching our Burton property market update for the month of June. We hope you found it useful.
If you'd like to be notified of our monthly updates each month, click the subscribe button below.